Select the layer that holds the brush strokes and lower it somewhere between 20 and 40%, whichever you think looks best. The line work is visible again, and you can see the contrast in the brush strokes very clearly now. With that done, we want to repeat the exact same process, only this time we are going to use a thinner weight on the brush to add more detail in the shading. I set it at 1, blending mode on color burn still, and lower the opacity of the brush to 50%. Make sure to create a new layer for this, as we'll want to lower the opacity on the layer itself later on as well. Now just paint over the darkest area so it pronounces the crevices in the tree bark further. Again, no need to make the strokes pristine since we want these to add texture as well. Once that's complete, I lower the opacity of the layer that contains the strokes to 20%. A good thing to know about this painted effect is that when you zoom out, the brush strokes will blend together more smoothly and look far less rough than it would when zoomed in. I find that some areas don't have enough contrast, but instead of using another layer of brush strokes, I'm going to apply some Gaussian blurs on the tree. Using the pencil tool, I draw out shapes that follow the shape of the darkest areas with a black fill color. I again put this on a new layer so the opacity change on the other layers don't affect these shapes. Selecting the layer, I go into Effect, Blur, Gaussian Blur. I check the preview box so I can see how prominent I want the blur to be, and after finding a suitable level for it, I apply it. Keeping the layer selected, I change the blending mode to color burn so it blends well with the brush strokes underneath, and lower the opacity to 40%. I will be applying this process on all the tree elements in the illustration. So I start off with the paintbrush tool again, adjusting the blending mode and opacity accordingly, before starting to paint out the shades. For this tree element though, as it is bigger, I can add more texture to it. For this, I will be using one of the brushes available in Illustrator's default brush sets that come with the program. Conveniently, it is loaded